right, for this morning's class, we will do some movement and range of motion. So for now, all you need is possibly a chair, but something to hold on to. So let's start without holding on, but feet about hip width apart, knees soft, good posture. And let's take both arms and come up and around. Big circles, warming up the shoulder joints, upper back, and taking a couple breaths. Let's do 3 more here. 1, 2, and 3. Pause right there. Opposite way now. Arms come back, up, forward and down. And just keep working on that range of motion. If you can't quite get a big circle, just keep it in a zone that feels good. Here is 5. Let's do 8, 6, 7, and 8. All right, wiggle out a little bit. Now move your feet a little bit closer. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to turn the knee out a little bit, lift the foot up a little bit like such. But we're going to take our left arm and try to touch our left hand to our right heel and bring it up. Okay, so cross it here and open up. But you're trying to rotate that right knee out to the side. So we're opening that hip up a little bit and we're still stretching through the upper back shoulder area. Rotate that knee and let's try 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's do that on the opposite side. So we'll take that right arm up and we're going to rotate the left knee out to the side. Bring that heel up, try to tap it, and straight up. And if you can't quite get that foot up high enough to tap, that's all right. You're just bringing your hand and heel toward each other. And rotate that knee. And good posture. One more here. And that's it there. Good. Now we're going to take that right heel to the back with that knee out to the side. And we still have that left arm up. So now you're going to cross to the back, maybe touch your hand to the bottom of your shoe and come down. Rotate that knee to the side still and come down. And heel back. Let's go for 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. All right, same thing on the opposite side. So we've got that right arm up. And we're going to bend that left knee, bring that heel behind you, maybe touch the bottom of your shoe and take it back up. And again, if you can't quite touch your foot, that's all right. You're just bringing your foot and hand toward each other. There's 4 and 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Good. Okay. Now we're going to alternate that. So we're going to take our left arm up again, bring that heel in front, come down, bring it behind you and come down. Okay, let's try 8. So it's front, down, back, down. Rotate the knee, 2, and up, and back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. All right, bring that down, wiggle out. All right, same thing on the opposite side. So right arm is up. Let's rotate that left knee, bring that heel in front, come down, bring the heel to the back, come down. There's 1. And 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. All right, nice. Next, let's move over and hold on to something with that left hand. Okay, we're going to take our right toe out in front of us. You have your toe pointed here. Okay, so you're getting a little stretch in the front of that ankle. With a straight knee now, let's bring that left leg over to the right. Your hip's going to tilt a little bit. So you're getting a stretch out here, but we're going to make a great big circle, cross it way over to the back, way out and cross it in front, way out and cross it back. Trying to keep the knee straight and the toe pointed. And your hips are going to rock side to side a little bit. That's okay. There's 3. Let's go for 8. Big circle in front, big circle to the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Good. Bring it together. All right, wiggle out a little bit. Let's try that on the opposite side. So you're holding on with your right hand. And we're going to start with the leg in front of us so that you can really point that toe, get that knee straight. Okay. Now bring it way over to that right side. Let the hip tilt a little bit. Big, big, big circle. Cross it to the back. Big circle to the front. Big circle to the back. Okay, again, you're going to let those hips naturally move. And you're trying to keep that knee straight, toe pointed. There's 4. 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. All right, good job. Bring that together. Okay, let's take it over to the other side again. And we've got that right foot behind us. We're on the ball of the foot here. We're going to bend the knee, drive it forward, and lean back a little bit. Here we go. Knee up, shoulders back. Tap it behind you. Again, those hips are moving forward and back a little bit. Natural motion. There's 3. Let's go for 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now keep your leg here. Rather than bend your knee, let's try to straighten the leg more. If possible, straighten the leg all the way. So let's do a swing with a little kick here. Take the foot back. Warm it up. You can go a little higher once that hamstring cooperates. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hold it here again. We have one more version of this. On this last version, we're going to kick it forward just like we did, but when we swing through, we're going to lean forward and kick it to the back as well. Okay? Straightish knee. Start with the foot behind you and kick it up, kick it back, up and back, up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring it all the way down. All right, good job. Wiggle a little bit, take a breath or so, and let's switch over to the other side. Holding on with that right hand. Let's do all 3 of those moves here. Starting with that left foot behind you, we're going to bend the knee first. Okay, so that knee drives up, your shoulders come back, foot comes back. Hips move forward and back. Breathe. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now hold it right here. 8. Let's try the straighter leg now. Kick it forward, but just put your toe back here. Kick it up and bring it down. Up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. Good. This time we kick it forward, but we also kick it to the back. Here we go. Take it up, swing it through and up, forward and up, back and up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. That's it. And bring it down. All right, good job. Let's come back to the center of the floor next. Feet and knees together. We're going to do a long lunge forward with our left foot reaching up to the ceiling. Here we go. So bend that left knee, right leg is straight. Pull it back in, same side. Keep your right heel down and hips forward. That's 2. So we're trying to stretch that right calf, right hip flexor. 3. And balance and stabilize on both feet as you reach up. 4. Lengthen up to the ceiling here. 5. 6. 2 more. 7. Now on this one, stay here. Okay, so you got that front knee bent, back heel down, hips forward. Reach up, look up a little bit. Now, if your body allows, arch back a touch. As you lean back, you're extending your spine, but adding some hip flexor stretch here. All right, come back to the ceiling. Make sure you don't feel dizzy. Take a breath and push back together. Wiggle out here. All right, we're going to try that on our right side now. Okay, so we've got that right foot stepping forward, bending. Left heel is down, left knee is straight, hips forward. Bring it back. Lengthen through that left side now. And reach up to the ceiling still. There's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Now this one, we're going to hold it up there. Bend that right knee. Push that left heel down, hips forward. Reach up, look up. And now maybe arch back a little bit. See how that feels. Take a couple breaths. Come back to the ceiling position. Head neutral. And push together. All right, wiggle that all out. All right, we've got a few hip circles here. So our feet are about hip width apart. Knees are soft. Push that hip way out to the left side. Hips forward, lean back a little bit. Hip out to the right. Hips back, lean forward a little bit. Big circle now. Nice, smooth movements. Take your time. You don't have to be at my pace. You're going slow enough to feel the stretch in each position as you rotate those hips. One more time here. And then bring it up neutral. Take a breath. All right, starting, same thing, just starting in the opposite direction. So hip out to your right, hips back, hips left, hips forward. And again, just smooth it out. Go at your own pace. Feel the stretch through those hips. 2 more times. And then hold it center. All right, very good. Now we're going to go in a straddle position here, but I'm going to have you try to go a little bit wider than you might normally go. However, I still want you to feel balanced, stable, and not uncomfortable. So nice wide stance here, okay? Now you're going to bend that right knee just a little bit. Take your left hand, reach over. This wider stance should give you a deeper stretch through that left inner thigh area. And keep the feet there, but come back up here. Let's do 6 of these. Bend that right knee, lengthen through that left side, and come back. There's 2. And reach, come back. 3. And breathe. Try not to hold your breath. Exhale. Inhale, 4. There is 5. One more. And 6. All right. If you're okay, stay right here. Wiggle out a little bit. Take a breath. All right. Let's hit the other side. So right hand is here. You're going to bend this left knee, lengthen through that right side, and stretch and pull it back up. There's 1. And lengthen. There's 2. And breathe. 3. 4. And reach. 5. One more. And reach. There is 6. Very good. All right, now carefully come out of this position here and wiggle out. All right, we're going to try our hamstring stretch here. Mobility for our hamstrings, calves, low back. You can keep those feet close if you're flexible. Medium if you're moderately flexible. Wide if you're kind of inflexible. Okay, you choose your foot position. Okay, our arms are out in front of us here. Our neck is neutral. Stomach is tight. Your knees are going to try to stay straight-ish. Again, if you're inflexible, you're not going to be able to help it. Those knees will have to bend. All right, so slowly hinge forward. That means your chest comes down toward the floor. Your hips go back. Your arms right now are reaching out in front, kind of Superman position here. Take a moment and straighten those knees if you can, and feel a gentle stretch through your hamstrings, maybe glutes. Now slowly bring those hands and arms down toward the floor. Okay, this is where you have to fiddle. This is where you have to decide what feels best. You may need to bend those knees more. Okay, you may need to straighten them more, but kind of just hang like a rag doll here. Just try to let things relax as you're stretching. Now you're trying to keep your spine straight as well. That's why you have to keep those hips pushed back a bit and your chest and head up a little bit. Take a couple breaths. At any time, if you feel uncomfortable hanging out here, please slowly roll yourself back up. Don't stay here if you begin to feel lightheaded, dizzy, or uncomfortable. All right, if you can, rotate to your left side. That means bring your head, shoulders, and chest over to the left. You can grab onto your knee, your calf, your ankle, your toe, whatever works. Now, as you rotate your upper body to that left thigh, try to keep your hips square. And again, you fiddle with how much you can straighten those knees. Take a couple breaths. All right, let's slowly come back to that center position. Again, if you start to feel uncomfortable, roll yourself up slowly. You might be able to go a little deeper here. Maybe things are warming up. Take a breath or 2. Slowly rotate over to your right now. So you're bringing your head, shoulders, chest to that right thigh. Okay. And again, feel that your hips are still square. And you can grab onto the knee, the calf, the ankle, maybe your toe. Maybe you can touch the floor. Fiddle with that knee position again. Take a couple breaths. All right, taking it back to our center. Hang out here another few seconds if you can. Maybe deepen your stretch. Another deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. All right, let's bend those knees quite a bit now. And then very slowly, one vertebrae at a time, bring yourself into the standing position. Take your time. Once you get all the way up here, take a second or 2, because even if you didn't feel lightheaded down there, you might feel lightheaded as you come up. And once you feel comfortable, go ahead and move yourself around and grab some water. All right, we're going to take it to the floor next, but we're going to go into a seated position today. Now, the seated position on the floor is sometimes difficult. So I personally like to sit on a yoga block. And that's what I'll have you choose if you so feel that you need that extra lift to comfortably sit on the floor. Okay. And if you have no problem sitting on the floor, then just sit directly on the floor. All right, once we get down here, you can also bring your yoga strap and neck support with you too, because we're going to kind of stay down here at this point. All right. So once you get down here, I'm going to have you cross your legs. Now you cross whichever leg is most comfortable in whichever position, but we will switch it around. Start with your more comfortable side. All right, if possible, you're sitting up straight. If that's difficult and you have a wall behind you or a sofa or something that you can sit against, go ahead and position yourself in that position. All right, so once you're down here and you have those feet and ankles somehow crossed, try to get the ankles in a comfortable position, and then use your hands and kind of just gently put a little pressure on your thighs. And depending on your tightness, you might feel that through the inner thigh groin area. And chest is up, neck is up, spine is straight, and breathe. All right, from here, let's take our arms out to the side. Now remember, you want to try to maintain good posture here. Now very gently rotate to your left side. Not too far. Come back to the center and rotate to your right side. Okay, now we all have different flexibility in all different parts of our body. So here we're trying to get a rotation through the trunk, through the rib cage, rotating our spine a little bit. If you do have pretty good mobility, feel free to deepen this rotation. Come to the center and rotate slow and controlled. Come center. And again, breathe. Come center. One more in each direction. Rotate. And center. And rotate. And center. Good. Bring those arms down. Wiggle out a little bit here. All right. We're going to do a couple neck things before we switch. So you have your neck neutral. Slowly look up to the ceiling. So we're putting some extension in our cervical spine here. And then bring your head center and neutral. Keep the shoulders down at all times. Look up to the ceiling again. Hold. Take a breath. And bring it to the center. Let's do 3 more of those. Look up. Breathe. And center. 2 more times. And look up. And center. And once more. Look up. And center. Good. All right, let's try to cross our legs in the opposite position. Okay, if you're like me, this feels really, really weird. But it just changes that stretch and mobility position. First, we're just sitting up tall and kind of letting those legs sink down a bit here. And take a couple breaths. All right, this time, let's take our arms out to the side with your palms facing forward. Now we're going to do a seated cat-cow stretch. So I want you to bring your hands in front of your chest, bring your chin down to your sternum, and push your shoulder blades to the back. So we're intentionally flexing and rounding our spine here. Now sit up tall, look up a little bit, pull those arms back, intentionally extend or arch your spine here. Let's do that 2 more times. Round and reach forward, chin is down. Breathe. Straighten up, extend, pull back, breathe. One more time. Round, reach forward, breathe. And open up, head up, extend, and breathe. Okay, let's bring those arms down and relax your arms and shoulders. Again, keeping those shoulders down, neck neutral. Let's do a rotation of the head this time. So slowly rotate your head to the left as if you're going to look over that left shoulder. I say as if because if your neck is pretty tight, you're not going to quite get there, but take it to a comfortable position here. Come back to the center. And let's do it to the right. Slowly, slowly, slowly rotate. And again, just take it to a comfort zone. I know many people, unfortunately, have neck issues. Come back to the center. So you don't want to overstretch or overstrain your neck. Rotate again to the left. And take it center. Breathe. Rotate to the right. Take it center. And one more each way. Rotate left again. And center. And rotate right again. And center. Good. All right, from here now, I would like you to bring those feet out to the side a little bit, okay? With your knees bent. It's okay if your toes are up, okay? Now bring your hands inside your knees and just see if you can lean forward a little bit. Now, if you're very flexible and you're not on a yoga block, you might be able to get your elbows right down to the floor. On that yoga block, you have to be super flexible to get those elbows to the floor. It's not necessarily your goal. You're leaning forward enough. Just get a nice stretch through your lower back. Okay? That's all you want. So don't overstretch, don't overstrain. Just hold that position and breathe. All right, let's come up into that neutral position here. Now just try to straighten your right leg. I say try because again, if you're very inflexible, maybe you can just straighten the knee a little bit, okay? If you're flexible enough, straighten all the way. You're on your heel here. Same position, okay? Bring your hands to the center and lean straight forward if possible. Okay, and that's gonna stretch a little bit deeper through that right thigh, but still getting that low back area. And take a couple breaths. You decide how deep to go, but make it feel good. All right, slowly bring it up. Now we're going to bend that right knee again, bring it where it was, and then try the same on your left. Maybe this leg is more flexible, maybe less. Find your position here, square up, bring those hands in front, and lean forward a little bit again. Increasing that stretch a little bit through that left thigh, but also still gently stretching your low back. And breathe. If you're on the floor flat, this is going to be a little deeper. All right, and bring that up. Now let's keep the left leg there and see if you can also bring that right leg out. Again, you don't have to straighten both knees, but maybe just straighten them out a little bit more than they were. And now if you're flexible, you can even straddle deeper. Okay? Find a position where you get a little comfortable stretch through here. Okay? And again, bring those hands in front. One more time, we're going to lean forward. If you're on your yoga block, though, be careful. You could pop it right out behind you and plop down. You don't want to do that. So gentle, gentle. Find a feel-good stretch. Now, if you are able to get those legs out, you're going to feel both inner thighs, hamstrings. Flex your feet a little bit. You'll feel those calves. And you're still looking for a gentle stretch in your low back. Okay, take a nice breath. And bring your body straight back up. Go ahead and place your hands on the floor. Bend those knees. Bring your legs together here. All right, we are done with this part. So if you're on your yoga block, carefully get yourself off. And if you're not, we're going to lie on our back. Maybe grab your neck support if you would like. All right. Now let's take our left ankle and cross it onto our right thigh. And then use that left hand to put a little pressure on that left thigh. Push it away from you here. Open up that inner thigh pelvic area again. Maybe rock a little bit side to side here. All right, now hold it center and release the pressure on that thigh. Now we're going to take the right foot off the floor and we're going to use the right thigh to push our left foot toward us, but you're trying to keep your hips square. Now take your left hand in between your knees, okay, in between your thighs, and take your right hand outside of your right thigh. See if you can grab onto that right thigh, maybe interlock your fingers behind your thigh, and then pull that right thigh towards you with your hands as you push that left foot towards you with your right thigh. So we're using our arms and our thigh to try to pull that left foot and left thigh toward our body. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Now try gently rocking just a little bit side to side here. It's a little more awkward rocking in this position, so if you don't like it, you can just continue to hold. All right, hold that center. Now release your hands from your right thigh and place your right foot back on the floor, but keep your left ankle here. Okay, we're going to take it right into our glute stretch next. So use your right hand outside your left thigh. Pull that left thigh over to the right a little bit and then tilt enough to the right to feel at least a warm-up stretch through this left glute. And take a couple breaths here. All right, release your knee there. Now we're going to lift that right foot off the floor again, but this time use your right hand to grab onto your left ankle and use your left arm to hug your left thigh close to your chest. So it's going to feel a little different, especially now when we tilt over to that right side here. So we're trying to focus a little bit more on that left glute now. Hug that left thigh close to your body, maybe rock a little bit side to side here. Taking some breaths. Try not to hold your breath. Nice rhythmic breaths. In through your nose, out through your mouth. All right, let's try taking that left hand and see if you can grab that right ankle. Pull that right heel to the left buttock area. Left thigh is still close to your chest. Tilt over to the right again. And if this is too difficult, stick with level 1 or 2. And gently rock here. All right, let's release there. Bring those feet to the floor. If your hips got a little crooked, square yourself up. Let the head, neck, shoulders, spine, and hips sink down to the floor and take a breath. All right, let's try all that on the other side. So bend that right knee and place your right ankle on your left thigh. Hips stay square here. Use your right hand to put a little pressure on that right thigh and push it away from you. Maybe rock a little bit side to side here. All right, hold it center, release that pressure, but keep your ankle there. Next, let's take that left foot off the floor. You're using your left thigh to help press your right foot towards you. Take your right arm in between your legs here and take your left hand outside your left thigh. See if you can reach for that left left thigh. Maybe interlock your fingers here and pull that left thigh towards you. Okay. And then maybe rock a little bit side to side. Again, this is a little awkward, so if it's too uncomfortable, just hold the position and breathe. All right, let's hold that. And then release your thigh, bring your left foot to the floor, but again, keep your right ankle there. And let's move into that glute stretch. Left hand reaches outside your right knee. Pull that right leg over to the left a bit. Tilt. Find that warm-up stretch in that right glute area. Take a couple breaths. All right, let's release there. And keep your ankle there again. Let's try level 2. That is lifting that left foot off the floor. But this time, use your left hand to reach for your right ankle and use your right arm to hug that right thigh close to your chest. Tilt again over to the left. So we're focusing more on the glute here. And maybe rock a little bit this time. All right, and if you'd like to try level 3, use your right hand to reach for that left ankle. Pull that left foot toward the right buttock area, trying to keep that right thigh close to your body. Tilt one more time over to that left side and maybe rock a little bit side to side. Take a couple breaths again. All right, let's release there and place both feet on the floor here. All right, separate those feet so they are wider than your hips. Arms are out to the side, shoulders stay down. Drop both legs over to your left side. So you're trying to get your left thigh down to the floor first or close to the floor. And then try to let that inner right thigh come down toward the floor. Now, if you're keeping that right shoulder down, chances are you're not going to get that right thigh all the way down to the floor unless you're hyper flexible. But just take it to a position where you feel a nice stretch in the front of this right hip here. And with that right arm down, you might feel the chest and lateral part of your trunk as well. Take a couple breaths here. All right, bring both knees back to your start position so your knees are pointing up to the ceiling. And let's try it to the other side. Drop those legs to the right. Okay, start first by kind of focusing on getting that right thigh close to the floor. Excuse me. And then focus a little bit more on that left thigh coming down with your left shoulder down. And take a couple breaths. All right, let's bring those knees to the center. Now we're going to go side to side like a windshield wiper type of movement for 6 reps. Drop it down to your left. Take a breath. Bring it up. Take it over to your right. Bring it up. Over to the left. Bring it up. Over to the right. Bring it up once more each way, over to the left, and up, and over to the right, and up. All right, from here, let's bring those feet and knees together. We're going to do our hip flexor stretch. So if you would like to use your yoga block, this is optional. Bridge yourself up and place that yoga block underneath your low back, upper hip area. Okay, so the block should not be stabbing into your body and it should be relatively comfortable. Okay, and if you have the yoga block there and it does not feel comfortable or there's any pain, then get rid of it. All right, let's take that left leg and straighten it out and point the toes on that left foot. Bend your right knee and hug that right thigh close to your chest. Right now, we're lengthening on that left side. Shoulders, head, neck, all relaxed. Okay, now straighten your right leg. So for this moment, you have both legs straight. And then bend your left knee and hug that left thigh into your chest. And again, take that left leg out so both legs are straight. All right, point those toes, lengthen through your hips. All right, follow my movement pattern here. We're going to take the right leg straight up toward the ceiling. Take a moment to grab behind that thigh and pull it into the chest. Just a moment. Bend your right knee, grab onto that shin, pull that thigh a little deeper. Hold it here. Now, as you hold that right thigh there, take your left leg straight up toward the ceiling. Now we're going to grab on to the back of the left leg and extend your right leg all the way down onto the floor. Now we're going to bend that left knee and hug that left thigh into the chest. Okay, that's our movement pattern. Let's try a few of these. Right leg straight up to the ceiling. Grab behind your right thigh as you extend that left leg. Bend your right knee, hug that thigh into your chest. Bring that left leg up to the ceiling. Grab behind your left thigh. Extend your right leg. Bend your left knee. Hug that thigh into your chest. Once more on each side. Right leg comes up to the ceiling. Wait till it's all the way up there. Grab onto that right thigh. Pull it in a little closer. Extend your left leg all the way down to the floor. Once it's all the way out there, you bend that right knee. Hug that thigh in. One more time. Left leg comes straight up to the ceiling. Grab behind that left thigh. Gently pull it in. Extend your right leg. Lengthen there. And then bend that left knee and hug the thigh into your chest. All right, keep your right leg where it is. Extend your left leg. Again, we have both legs straight. Toes are pointed. Now take those arms and bring them up to the ceiling. And then reach overhead, lengthening through your upper back and shoulders, as well as your hips and ankles. If possible, your elbows are straight and your arms are touching the floor. Otherwise, go ahead and bend those elbows a little bit and maybe just hover above the floor if you need to. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your mouth. All right, let's bring those arms down. Bend both knees. Lift your hips up as high as you can if you have that yoga block on. And then push that yoga block away. All right, we got a couple more things. Let's roll over onto our stomach here. Okay. And let's prop up onto those forearms. Hips are pushed down into the floor and your toes are pointed. Let your hips and your belly button sink down into the floor and look up a little bit here. So you have a little extension in your spine again. Shoulders are down and back. You might feel a little stretch in your chest and your abdomen. Now staying on those forearms, gently press your chest up away from the floor a little higher, look up a little higher, but then release that extra extension. Press up, away, and release. Let's try 5. Exhale up. Inhale down. 3. And up. Down. 4. And up. Down. 5. Now, if you'd like a deeper stretch, take those hands outside the shoulder area. Otherwise, just stay on your forearms and continue. Press away from the floor again, maybe adding some extension here, and come down slowly. You're looking up as you lift your chest up, and you're still trying to push those hips and belly button toward the floor. There's 2. Nice and controlled into a feel-good range of motion. Nothing too strenuous, certainly nothing painful. Come on down. There's 3. 2 more. Press it up. Hold it, breathe. Come on down, 4. And 1 more. Press it up, hold it, breathe. And come down, 5. All right, now I'd like you to press right up into tabletop position so your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. Point your toes again. Let's try sitting back into child's pose. So first, we're going to Get those hips as close to the heels as you can comfortably. Okay. And then reach those arms out so your elbows are straightish and you're lengthening through your upper back shoulders. And then bring your chest and forehead down. So we're looking for a nice stretch all the way from your fingers, your wrists, your elbows, shoulders, upper back, lateral part of your trunk, hips, thighs, knees, and ankles. From here, you can hold it just as you are. Maybe you want to try rocking your shoulders and hips a little bit side to side. Sometimes that feels good. And hold it center. And now we're going to slide forward either on your forearms or straight arms, your choice. Drop those hips down for one more arch up. Look up. Stretch, breathe. All right, from here, let's lower all the way down onto the floor. And then bring those hands either under your chin or forehead. Feet and knees together. We got one more stretch. Let's do our half frog stretch. Bend that right knee. Pull that knee up and out to the side. Drop those hips down. Just opening up that pelvic area, that SI joint area. Now you can stay completely flat if you'd like, but if you'd like a deeper stretch, try propping up onto those forearms. Shoulders relaxed. Look up a little bit. You can hold this. You can arch away a little bit at a time if you'd like, or you can gently rock your shoulders side to side. Whatever feels good. Take a couple breaths. All right, if you are propped up, flatten yourself down. And then bring that right leg back to your start position. Square those hips up. Take a breath here. All right, let's do that on the left side. So pull that left knee up and out. Start gentle. Go a little higher if it feels good. Hips down, though, as much as possible. Try not to let your butt pop up to the ceiling here. All right, you can continue to hold this stretch lying completely flat, or if you'd like a deeper stretch again, prop up onto those forearms, shoulders down and back. Head up a little bit. Breathe. You can hold this. You can arch away. Or you can try a few rocks side to side. All right, if you are propped up, hold it center. Lower yourself down. Rest on your chin. Take both arms straight up over your head. So we're lengthening full body again. If possible, the elbows are straight and the arms are on the floor. Pretend somebody is gently pulling your wrists and ankles. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale out your mouth. All right, awesome job. When you are ready, bring your arms outside your shoulder area. Push yourself right up into tabletop, but then walk your hands into your knees. And then come on up on your knees. I want you to take one leg, swing it around in front. Go onto the ball of your back toe. Put your hands on your thighs and stand yourself up. All right, awesome job. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will look forward to seeing you this weekend. Take care.